Muhammad, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, Muhammad, we need to start from the first page. Just a quick reminder of the first beginning of the text, because as I said or mentioned, all the information in this topic are linked together. We can't start any new part without mentioning or reviewing or revising all the last parts we have studied. So we will start from the beginning with you with this part, inshallah. You may sometimes. You can start reading.
You may sometimes wonder if rules we are made to keep you from having fun and to tell you what to do. But what if we had no rule at all? Nobody will tell you what to do ever again. Sound great, right? Well, let's see what it is like to inhabit a world without rules. You just might change your mind. A strange morning. Let's start at home. Your alarm clock goes off. Why? Hurry. Without rules, you don't have to go to school. Eventually, you wander downstairs and find your little brother eating cookies in the kitchen. Since there are no rules, you can have cookies for breakfast, but you wonder if you should have sometimes sensible, like a bowl of a cereal. You reach a compromise and crack
Compromise.
the cookies over your cereal. In this new world, you will not have to brush your teeth anymore. Of course, the next time you see the dentist, you may have a cavity.
Thank you so much, Muhammad. I like your fluency because I know you are practicing more and more reading by yourself at home, right?
Yeah.
Out of our sessions. That's why you have a very good reading. I'm so proud of that. So, Muhammad told us quickly a quick revision about the first place you can live in without any rules, which is your home. You can wake up at any time you want. You can switch off your alarm. You don't need your alarm to start your day in the morning, in the early morning. Next thing is you can start your day without any healthy food. You can start, for example, with cookies instead of the healthy breakfast. Now, Hamdan will introduce the second part, which is a community in confusion. So now let's move out our homes and see how will be the world without rules. Let me move to my friend Hamdan.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Hamdan. A community in confusion.
A community in confusion. Now you step outside, you decide to go to the playground because there is no law saying you have to go to school. No crossing guards stand at the corner to help. You across the street without traffic laws. Cars slip by at an alarming speed, honking at each other, and there is not a police officer inside. There is no safe alternate way to cross the street. Besides, once you see the playground, you may decide it is not worth the risk of getting hit by a car. Broken being dangles from anti-chains, trash cans overflow with plastic bottles, snack wrapper, and paper plate. A huge tree branch lies across the sounding board. As a result of a stall and further service, begin go, nobody is in charge of taking care
of the playground.
Yeah, of taking care of the playground. So he mentioned that like 2 or 3 points, like all the cars will be stopped in the street without any guard. If you go to the playground, you will find it so messy, like there is many bottles and garbage in the park, and maybe some of the games are not fixed, they are broken because of the dusty screen. And all the cars can make noise or high noise in the street without any policemen to take care about the street. And the government, all the government is gone. So there is nobody in all the government or our environment to take care about the playground or the parks or the street or the traffic or anything else. Thank you so much for my friend Hamdan. And let me move now to Abdrazak.
Yes.
Okay, Abdrazak, now we have finished this page. Let me turn or flip the book with the second page, 240.
I open it.
Yes, 240. We will start from the beginning.
Okay. Now think about thinking to do all the another things you love. Wait to go the wait the living will
Lifeguards.
lifeguard will not be there to keep you safe. What to play source in the
Soccer.
park? Your
Want to play soccer.
soccer in
Yeah.
the park. You stay and local
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 governments.
government are not around to means that parks, so you'll never find a place to play full like anything
Feel like
anything
eating.
outside at a
Result.
result of
Pollution.
pollution. The air quality is so bad that you will probably have to wear a gas
Mask.
mask every day.
Every day. Abdrazak, can you read slowly? Take your breath. Take your breath. Don't hurry, okay?
Okay.
You still have time.
You
Have you ever
everything's about thought about our country being invented by another country? Number the government runs the army. What thinks the government? There is not no army is protect as if another country decided to take over the country.
Thank you so much, Abdrazak. Let me analyze or explain this part because it's full of information, many important information. He said, now think about trying to do all the other things. So you are still out home now. We are still imagining ourselves in the world without rules, but out our home, not inside. And he says, if you want to go to the beach, okay, if you are in summer, for example, and you want to go to the beach, he is asking yourself or asking you as well, the lifeguards will not be there to keep you safe. You know, in water or on the beach, we have some men who are responsible for any kind of bad situation to anyone swim in water. If there is any bad situation, they are going to catch them or to prevent the people from any bad situation. Want to play soccer like football in the park, your state and local governments are not around to maintain the parks. So if you want to the park in this world without any rules, if you found any game which is broken, no one here is responsible to maintain it or fix it. It will be stay as it is. It will be broken. No one here to maintain it. So you will never find a place to play. It will be difficult for you after maybe 1 or 2 years to find any game which is suitable to play with it in any parks. Another thing he said, feel like eating lunch outside. Imagine yourself like instead of eating your lunch, your healthy lunch inside your home, you will take it and eat it out. As a result, like what will happen? A pollution and the air quality will be so bad that you will probably have to wear a gas mask every day. Have you ever thought about our country being invaded? Invaded like another country or the army of another country came and got into your country? Remember, like the government runs the army. So we don't have a government. So we will not have the army for our country to prevent or protect our country against the other army who want to take over our country. So our country without environment, government or the army, it will be easy country to be invaded or taken over by another country's army. Okay, now, thanks God, we are going to reality again. We will stop our imagination and move back to our real world. We are now in a world without rules. Everything is controlled by the government and the country here. So let's analyze how will be our country after stop imagining our country without rules. Let's remember our country with rules. What are the benefits or advantage of our country with rules? So back to reality, I will start it with my friend Muhammad Faris. Ready, Muhammad?
Yeah.
Muhammad, are you? Okay. So now, Muhammad, as I mentioned, we will back again to our real world. So now, we have rules or no?
What?
With this title, Back to Reality. Now we will imagine that we don't have rules, or now we have rules and stop imagination.
Now we have rules.
Yes, now we will stop our imagination and we are talking about our real world that we live in, which have rules. Okay, can you start from thankfully?
Thankfully, that version of our world isn't real. We live in a democracy. We have the privilege of voting for the people that we want to run the country. Our elected government passes legislation. Our laws means to help and protect if the country outgrows and allow the government can pass amendments to the law community workers, such as crossing guard, police officer, and lifeguard, all work to keep you safe while government actions such as the environmental protection agency have made a commitment to inspect the air and water for pollution.
Pollution. Yeah.
And don't forget the armed forces, which we are created to protect our nation, our government, and laws. We are designed to keep you safe and ensure you are treated as fairly as everyone else. Without them, the world would be a different place.
Excellent, Muhammad. Thank you so much. So now the writer is taking us back to the real world and talking about all the opposite point to the last parts of the text. So now with this version of our world, which is the real world, we have number one, we have democracy, like you can choose everything you want to do. But with democracy, like you can choose who are the people who will be in the government, and this government will take care about the environment you live in, like will take care about the streets, will take care about schools, will take care about parks, okay? And you have some legislation like rules or laws, which means these laws are designed to protect us. And if you remember about the lifeguards on the beach, now we have a lifeguards. Alhamdulillah, we have lifeguards to keep you safe again. And we have the government taking care about the air. If you remember the air pollution, you remember now the air will not be polluted because the government is existed again. So the government will take about the air pollution and the water pollution. These two important things, the air and water, will be clean again because the government is existed now. And the last thing he has mentioned, like any country can get into or take over your country because there is no army. No, now we have the army, and you can protect yourself. Your country can protect itself against any country it wants to invade or get on your country. So all in all, you will stay safe, and your government will always make sure or ensure that you are treated fairly, like in a fair way, in a balanced way. Okay, again with the same part of text, but with my friend Hamdan.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Hamdan, back to reality. Go on.
What I read?
We have started reading this part, okay? We need to read it again, ya Hamdan.
Back to reality.
Back to reality. Do you have your book or you are looking on my screen?
If I look in your screen.
In my screen. So here's the text. Back to reality.
Back to reality. Thankfully, that version of your world isn't real. We live in a democracy where we have the privilege of voting for the people that we want to run the country. Our elected government passes legislation. Our laws mean to help and protect us. If the
What?
country outgrows a small law,
One
then
second. I think my screen is not appeared, right?
no, it's good.
It's okay in front of you now?
Yes, yes. There are
Okay.
community works such as crossing guards, police officer, and lifeguards all work to keep you safe. Will government against such as the environmental protection energy agency have
Yeah,
made
agency. Hmm.
made a commitment
Commitment.
commitment to
Yes.
inspect the air
Respect.
and water of pollution
For pollution.
and don't forget
Forget.
forget the armed force which were created to protect our nation. Our government and laws were designed to keep you safe and ensure you are treated as fairly as everyone else. Without them, the world would be a different place.
Thank you so much, Hamdan. You are one of my great readers. Go on, Muhammad Faris. And let's move to the third great reader, Mr. Abdulrazak Al-Gasham.
Read.
Abdulrazak,
Yes.
did you leave the
Yes.
screen?
What?
You have left the screen. You took the screen. You left the screen for a minute, maybe.
No. How? What
honest.
mean?
After Ramadan, you will be punished, inshallah,
Why?
because you left my screen. If you read without mistakes, it will be okay for me. Okay, I will forgive you.
Okay.
Okay, Abdulrazak. Back to reality.
Back to reality. Think funny that vision
Version.
version of our world isn't real. We love and
Live.
lived in a democracy
Excellent. Where?
where we have the
Privilege.
privilege of voting,
Voting.
voting for the people that passes
No, that we want.
that we want to run that country or elected government passes
Legislation.
legislation of US
Laws.
meant help and protect use if
Us.
you can try.
Abdulrazak, stop here. And protect us.
Okay, and protect us if the country
Grows.
grows and all
Low.
law that the government can passes
Amendments.
amendments to the allow company works shoes
Such
and
as
as coursing
guards,
guards, police officer, and lieutenants.
lifeguards,
David Golds all works to keep the safe. Will government agents
agencies,
agents search as a
environmental,
environment portion
protection,
protection agency
agency,
agency have made a government
commitment,
commitment to
inspect,
inspect the air and water of pollution and don't forget the you or government and laws were
laws
against
designed,
designed to keep you safe and erroneously
ensure,
ensure you are treated
treated,
as fairly as a fun easy
else,
else
without.
without them the world will be a different place.
Thank you so much, Ya Abdulrazak. Thank you guys for all of you. That's all for today. I hope it was a light session for you. Okay, by the end of this week. And by the way, I hope happy Ramadan for all of you. I wish you will spend a good time, okay, with your God,
Goodbye.
praying, yes, praying and fasting in Ramadan, inshallah. Happy days for you. See you soon. Thank you so much, my great friends. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, Muhammad Faris, Hamdan, and Abdulrazak. Goodbye, my lovely friends.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.